Hey, how you doing? This is Marilena of Astrology.com. I wanted to talk to you about what's happening this week and the next few weeks. Well, you know, normally Taurus season is lovely. Taurus is a sign of all the good things in life, beauty, love, pampering, wealth, um, possessions, all of these things, love, intensity, sensuality. There's so much goodness in Taurus, which is also the sign of survival, by the way. And yet, it's not quite going to feel like that this year, unfortunately. Venus entered Taurus last week, at the end of last week, and under normal circumstances, this is wonderful because Venus rules Taurus. Venus is comfortable in Taurus. Taurus manifests all Venusian themes beautifully. As all the things you said just now, sensuality, wealth, abundance, all of these things are perfectly manifested when Venus transits through Taurus. And yet, now, tomorrow, which is Monday the 19th, the Sun also enters Taurus, and then Mercury follows suit as well. So what this means is that we enter a phase of a 4-week phase in which Taurian values, approaches, principles kind of reign supreme. And this means that we have a stellium, so a congregation of planets in Taurus, because from tomorrow we will have not just Venus, not just the Sun, not just Mercury, but we'll also have one of our friends, Uranus. Now, Uranus has been in Taurus for a long time, obviously, and it's going to be there until 2026, I think, something like that. So we still got quite a bit of this energy to get through. Now, as I said, Taurus is about the good things in life, enjoying, having a good life, okay, having a good life. And that often involves stability. Taurus is the sign the most signifies that. So the need for stability, seeking stability. It's about reliability, dependability. It's about tradition. It's about supporting the people we love. It's about giving them a solid base, for example. However, as soon as these planets enter, astrological planets enter Taurus, they basically move in the direction of Uranus. So there's going to be an embrace between Venus, the Sun, Mercury, and Uranus. And we all know that Uranus turns things on its head. So if Taurus is about stability and abundance, Uranus comes along and says, what's that? That's so tedious. Let's change that. And so it brings about instability, unreliability. It brings surprises and shocks. Now, Taurus is also Earth. It's a symbol for Earth, literally Mother Earth. So expect some surprises and shocks. Could be literal Earth tremors over the next couple of weeks. More so than usual, because obviously they happen all the time. Now, with Uranus in Taurus, we've already seen that what we took for granted, it could be currency, for example. We see what's happening with cryptocurrency right now. It's shocking. It's making waves, literally. Also food. This is a Taurian thing. Food, agriculture. These are all things that are being revolutionized by Uranus transit through this sign. So sometimes, I mean, you could see that, you can see that Uranus is that archetype that pushes us to revisit, not to sit on our laurels, to look at things with a fresh pair of eyes and try to improve it. Uranus is the sky god of ancient mythology. He used to eat his children, every single one of them, because he thought they were imperfect. This is Uranus. Uranus is disgusted with reality as it is disgusted with tradition, is disgusted with the way we do things. So this is a really key word of the next few weeks, because Uranus is very no, people just think of a Uranus, oh great, it's change, it's novelty, oh yeah, right. Uranus is unhappiness with the status quo. And so Uranus is so unhappy with the way things are that he wants to completely, actually, ideally, Uranus wants to just get rid of them completely. Start from scratch, But then you've got to deal with the consequences of that. And usually what gets trampled on is what makes us human, our emotions. So Taurus season is going to be a little bit different this year compared to what you would normally expect, because Uranus is there, because we have a full moon in Scorpio at the end of the week, which is ruled by Pluto, and as well as being opposite Uranus and this Taurus stellium. So there's going to be big drama. That's what a full moon is. Big drama. This time we have Uranus involved. Pluto is basically turning retrograde the day after. So, this is like, so if Uranus is disgusted with the status quo, Pluto just says, let's burn it. Let's destroy it. Why? Let's just we don't need it. Just kill it. Just kill it. And, but that's not all, because Saturn and Jupiter are in Aquarius. And they've got something to say as well. When we've got stelliums in a fixed sign, these players all get activated. So Saturn is the opposite of Uranus. It's physically, it's the last, basically was the last visible planet in the sky when we didn't have telescopes. It was the boundary of what we could see, of the boundary of our world, essentially. And as such, it is the structure of our world, of our lives. It is what keeps everything together. If we didn't have Saturn, we wouldn't have bodies. We wouldn't have the skeleton. We wouldn't have the skin that holds everything together, we wouldn't. And Saturn is also very much about doing things right. I say this all the time, it's about not rushing into things, about, working hard, planning, don't just run into things and, without thinking about it. You've got to think about it and you've got to commit. This is what Saturn is all about. And in Aquarius, as a fixed sign, also it's about control, rigidity of thinking and control. In fact, it's technological control. If you check the news, it's all about, I was reading this big company, Teleperformance, that does customer service for many big brands around the world. They are now going to introduce webcams that record their people during work hour constantly, 24/7, just to make sure that they're not doing something wrong. That's so Saturn in Aquarius, unfortunately. Now, because Saturn is so different from Uranus, they clash. They clash normally because one represents breaking with tradition and the other represents tradition. So, and Saturn is very, very strong in Aquarius, very strong. So you can see that in the coming weeks, there's going to be a lot of head to head. And this is about, there's an energy, if you like. There's some people that will be trying to change things radically. And then there's an energy that says, no. I like to say this about Saturn: thou shalt not pass. That's Saturn. So it's this brick wall. Okay, that's also Saturn, brick wall. And so we've got this clash that's happening, this clash of titans. You could argue, because Saturn was a titan. In fact, he was the son of Uranus, who managed to survive and cut off Uranus' genitals, threw them in the sea, boom, out came Venus. And Venus is implicated in all of this. So we are back to mythology. See, these are critical archetypes for humanity. And so there's going to be a lot of restlessness. It's because it's fixed signs. There's going to be a lot of rigidity. Nobody gives an inch, not 1 inch. And so what's going to happen? Yes, it's going to be really, really unsettled over the next few weeks. It's going to be just don't check the news. It's probably the best thing to do at this point. And you're going to feel it in your body, in your muscles, this tension, because it's all like fixed signs. It's like holding on to these feelings, holding on to these standing points, to these arguments, principles, values. This is what this is all about. So it's just, you're going to feel so tense unless you know how to release, let go, maybe ground, if you know how to ground through your root chakra, and try to do all of the good Venusian things, because Venus is in Taurus, and so she tells us what will help us feel good in ourselves during this period. So think of all the possible sensual things in life, whether it's literally pampering yourself in a beautiful bath, or a gorgeous dinner, or a romantic evening, candlelit and beautiful soft music, and or just buying yourself something beautiful, which could be a piece of art, a beautiful piece for your house, a beautiful car if that's what you want. So do whatever it takes, whatever works for you, to help you release every day, multiple times a day. Just go and release, because it's gonna be so tense. Jupiter from Aquarius also gets implicated, although later on, and he does want to help, because Jupiter always wants to help, but it's in Aquarius, and so in Aquarius it represents the opposite values to what Taurian values are. Because remember, Taurus is about survival. It is literally the basic, in the Maslow pyramid, it's the basic stuff. The feeling safe, feeling comfortable in life, having your basic needs met. And it's, you could argue it's not one of the most kind of like generous signs, thinking of others, thinking about it, its own well-being first. And Aquarius is the opposite. Aquarius always wants to do what's right for the community. What can we do to improve society? What can we do to improve the situation of Mother Earth, for example, which would be very, very, very good topic for this month. So how can we help Mother Earth? It's also Earth Day on the 22nd, I think. And so there's going to be some big news about that. Now, it's going to be tense, it's going to be intense, it's going to be a show of force, it's going to be people standing their ground, it's going to be there's going to be a lot of rigidity. So you know this, you've been warned. Think about how you can thrive at a personal level during this phase. So let go of whatever's happening in the world around you that you cannot control. Just focus on the good things you already have in your life. I'm sure you've got plenty. What are they? Write them down in the comments. What brings you joy in your life? For me, I need sunshine. That's really important, and nature, really important, and sleep. and so you know that this is coming. Do what you need to do to make it easier for yourself. And if you're struggling and you would like a chat, I'm here for you as well. Okay, I hope this helps. I hope Taurus season brings you plenty of abundance in every sphere of life that matters to you, and all the good things in life that you deserve. For now, I'll say goodbye. Much love to you.